One of the quieter weekends here in Fayetteville, but still plenty of action to keep up with. I'm Camryn Johnson here with the latest in Razorback sports. The regular season is officially over for Razorback football. Now fans wait to see which bowl the Hogs are headed to and who they'll face. But there's plenty of action to keep up with between now and Selection Sunday. Between the NFL draft and the transfer portal, the Razorbacks are parting ways with at least 15 players. Arkansas baseball and softball were both on the road this weekend, but the results weren't quite the same. Over in Lexington, softball took on 20th-ranked Kentucky. The Hogs dominated the Wildcats in the first two games, which featured a statement 14-6 run rule win in Game 2. Kentucky was able to avoid the sweep with a win Sunday, snapping Arkansas' 6-game win streak. Nonetheless, the Razorbacks walk away with their 11th straight SEC Road Series win. And from the grass to the hardwood, Arkansas men's basketball released its 2022-23 conference schedule. The slate has the Hogs opening up SEC play on the road against LSU December 28th before returning to host Mizzou January. And football season is coming to a close. Meanwhile, Razorback Gymnastics is gearing up to kick off its 2023 season. And fans will have plenty of opportunities to catch the team in action on the big screen. 5 of the Gymbacks meets will be televised on the SEC network, consisting of 3 home meets and 2 on the road. The schedule also includes a 3-week stretch of televised games at the start of the conference portion of the season. Times for all regular meets were also announced, with the Hogs' SEC and home opener against Alabama getting underway January 13th at 7:15. Hog fans will get a look at Dave Van Horn's newest roundup of Razorbacks in the annual Fall Classic. The inter-squad scrimmage is set for September 30th in Baum-Walker Stadium and is free to the public. This will be the Razorbacks' first showing since their 46-21 finish last season, capped by a return to the College World Series. Just over a year ago, Razorback women's basketball star Sasha Goforth announced she was stepping away from the sport to tend to health issues. Now she's broken the news that she plans to return to the Razorbacks for the 2023-24 season. The junior guard made the announcement Saturday via Twitter. In the time since her last appearance, Goforth has received treatment for gastroparesis, a condition that she's dealt with since high school. It's a little empty right now, but come Saturday, this parking lot you're looking at here behind me is transforming into a town of its own. That is Hogtown. Hogtown is a tailgating festival that sits here inside Lot 44, and during football season it sets up ahead of every home game. But football fans don't have to wait till September to see it again. Hogtown will be up and running ahead of this year's spring game. Now the event features fun activities for fans of all ages. This includes live music and food trucks, and for the younger ones there's even face paintings and a petting zoo and inflatables. Now, Hogtown only takes place during football season, but with several teams in action this weekend, officials hope fan support extends to all of Arkansas athletics.
It's officially a way for all of our fans to come out and take in Razorback spirit, pride, the tradition around game days, but most importantly, it's an opportunity for us to showcase not only our sports, but also our student athletes.
And lots of opportunity to take in that game day environment. 5 teams are in action this weekend, including volleyball for its own spring showing, and that's just here on the hill. Now, for anyone who's on campus trying to park Friday evening, you may have seen it moments ago, but Lot 44 will be closed after 6 p.m. It'll reopen after the spring game Saturday. For UATV Sports, I'm Camryn Johnson. Kai, the energy is just absolutely fantastic here. So fantastic that we have actually been surprised now by 4 fireworks, one representing each goal that the Razorbacks have already scored. And there's no shortage of fans here either, as they've all gathered inside the stadium here behind me to watch Arkansas take on Kentucky.
Ready and go!
Krav Maga is the hand-to-hand combat system created by the Israeli Defense Forces. It's labeled as a martial art, but lead instructor for Fayetteville Krav Maga, Cole Sage, says it's more a form of self-defense with no rules.
It's really no nonsense. The idea is to be as violent as necessary so that you can create an opportunity to escape the situation.
For years, Sage's studio partnered with the U of A to offer free women's self-defense courses. But the programs were canceled when COVID-19 hit. And even after, the university never brought them back.
I reached out to UREC as well as the head of wellness in those departments, and there just wasn't interest at this time at renewing what we had been doing, and so here we are.
On average, attackers are 15 to 20% larger than their targets, but with moves like this, size is less of a factor.
I always felt like just because I'm a small person that I wouldn't be able to, but with the right technique and skill, there's lots of possibilities for defense.
Robison has taken the women's self-defense course for over a year now. Her course instructor, Kate Knott, says the techniques taught help empower both the students and herself.
And over time, it's helped me take back the power that that I felt like I lost in past situations, and I've just become this whole new person.
While the studio does not currently partner with the university officially, Sajay says he's still focused on providing a safe place for women to practice.
I think it's important to give women an environment and an opportunity to train, to help gain some of that confidence and that power back in an environment that they feel comfortable with.
You can't quite tell, we're hiding from some of this weather that Drew mentioned, but I am here outside the Arkansas swimming and diving facilities where one Razorback has had to learn how to navigate challenges both in and outside of the lanes. Moving away from home can be a scary change for many college students. But when home is in a different country, the change can be all the more daunting, a notion that Arkansas swimmer Andrea Sansores knows all too well.
Everything was different, not just because you're starting college for the first time, but you're starting college in a new country, and that it can be like a little intimidating.
Originally from Cancun, Mexico, Sansores says her freshman year at the U of A was one full of adjustment.
It was just like a complete culture shock. Like, I didn't know how to speak English, but everything was different, kind of like the jokes, the humor.
Around 1,200 international students attend classes at the U of A. The university offers several programs throughout the year for students to connect and share their experiences.
A lot of our programming I do try to open up to domestic students as well, so that we do just sort of get that blending.
All international students are required to pass an English proficiency test, but Jeffrey says language barriers are still very much present.
Making that jump to conversational English, talking about idioms, talking specifically about like Southernisms, because that can be like a really weird kind of cultural experience.
An experience Sansores is no stranger to.
I remember this one time one of my teammates was like, "Oh, I just had a brain fart," and I had never heard that term, so I was like, "Are you okay? Like, do you need to go see a doctor or something?"
Next to language barriers, Sansores also occasionally struggles with homesickness. But when she does, she credits her team with keeping her in good spirits.
It's hard waking up like at 5 a.m. in the morning and training 6 to 8 like every day, but it's definitely worth it because we have a lot of fun together, we have a lot of laughs, so yeah, I think that's been the best.
As a freshman, Sansores took part in several of these university programs. She says she wouldn't be where she is now if she hadn't. Live for UATV Sports, I'm Camryn Johnson.